this forum, what we plan to do is, we have few more people joining as usual. What we plan to do here is to learn few slokas. The idea is not to teach slokas. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who are giving slokas. Either it could be mostly related to bhakti, or maybe related to general slokas which are in Sanskrit, which has different aspects, different applications. But what we do today or in this forum, listen every word by word, so that most of the words which we listen tomorrow will become familiar to us. It's an indirect method of learning language. We have learned our mother tongue not by reading and writing. We learned it by listening. So one of the best method to study a language, not study, not to learn, but to acquire skill, the ability to use it, comes from hearing as many times as you want. But while hearing, what you should do? When I speak, some people ask me, how do I improve my English communication? The way you are speaking, I want to give lecture. So what is to be done? When I am talking, now I am saying, I am talking. Don't just hear, repeat it inside you. When I am saying repeat it inside you, you should also say repeat it inside you. Every word by word, when I am saying every word by word, you also keep repeating every word by word, not with the tongue, not with the lips, but mentally, and get attached. So definitely you know. Otherwise, when I am saying attached, your hand will not go here. When I am saying attached, my hand goes here. That is because it comes from my heart, from my manas. Similarly, most of the people, when they chant slokas, they don't understand the inner meaning. The inner meaning is not understood. The feeling will not come. I am saying feeling will not come. So that means it has to come from the manas. So I am saying feeling will not come. That means it comes from inside me. So when we chant slokas, we look at the person, we know whether he understood the meaning or not. If meaning is not understood, that becomes like a mission. You can record it, somebody can play it. If feeling comes inside, you will also feel happy inside. The person who is hearing also will know, this is what it is. So it's essential to understand the meaning, including any prayer. Generally, all the classes, any activity in Bharatiya Shastram starts with the prayer. So who is the person who want to pray? Somebody can tell me. Any starting, who is the prayer? Generally, for whom we will pray? It all depends. Somebody. There are some options by people. You don't have to show it off. Some people before the lecture they will start praying. I don't have to do it. Because before starting the class itself, I know I am going to start. Prayer is something personal. Why should I make it a big activity? Not required. But how do I teach somebody else? When I am teaching slokas, probably I will have to say it louder. If I am giving a lecture, some people you can see, they will do a lot of fashionable things, praying and all. Actually not required, because he knows he is going to start and he should have done it in the morning, or he should have done before the program. But everybody's attention is required, everybody has to pray. So how do I make everybody to pray? I pray it louder. So who I am more closer while giving classes like this, whom should I remember first? Somebody. I want people.
Vinayak.
Okay. Who said that? Yeah. Generally, people believe Vinayaka and then start. But for me, who introduced me to Vinayaka? When I am thinking about Vinayaka, I will think about people who taught me this. So it must be my guru. Then I will think who taught my guru's guru. So generally, those people who have got a guru parampara, only if you have a guru parampara. If you don't have guru parampara, directly Vinayaka. Because you don't know who taught you this. If you know who taught you this, you should go to Guru Parampara. If you don't know, you have no Guru Parampara, straight away go to Vinayaka. That is how it is decided. So what do we do? Either you can be first thankful to Vinayaka, or you can also be thankful to Vinayaka's father. So Vinayaka's father is Shiva. Shiva is supposed to be the guru's guru. Though there are some controversy whether Vinayaka is Shiva's son or not. Let us not go to controversy now. So, as he suggested, Vinayaka is probably one person when we wanted to start anything without any obstacle we want to go. Ganesha. Correct? Vinayaka or Ganesha. Why Vinayaka or Ganesha is considered as the god of who will help you to remove obstacles? That is basically because probably if you look at the whole set of Bhagavan, all of them are physically fit. How do you know physically fit? A person is physically fit, generally their chest is bigger and stomach part is slim. Tummy should not be there. So if you look at Shiva, Krishna, all the goddesses, their shapes are explained thoroughly in most of the slokas. Saundarya Lahari, Lalita Sahasranamam, if you look at it, every spare part of the beauty is explained perfectly well. I taught this last year. So, Ganesha is the only one, probably his physical body is not at all beautiful. I keep saying it's like a young child who has taken birth, baby. The babies will have slim legs and a big belly. Have you seen? So if you consider a big baby, he is like Vinayaka. If you want to draw pictures of Krishna, Shiva and all, you must be a good person who knows drawing. Like yesterday, Kairali school, some beautiful picture of mine was drawn. You have to be very good, otherwise you cannot draw that caricature. But then, to draw Vinayaka's picture, it is very simple. Anybody can draw. Because some D shape is also no problem, because he is already D shaped. Correct? Only one belly if you draw, it becomes Vinayaka. When you want to draw straight line, you have to be careful. But when you want to draw the trunk, need not be straight. So trunk anyway you can draw. Either one curve or two curve also, no problem. Any other body part if you want to draw, you cannot draw a hand of a person with two curve, no? It has to be straight. But then Vinayaka's trunk is, it is not straight. What is not straight is called Vakram. Correct? that has got great advantage. Being straight is not good. Some people are very straightforward. It is not good. You know how to become Vakram. Straightforward, if you scold, people don't like. So, one of the best quality to maintain your life longer, stay hold for longer time, best ability is how flexible you are. Very strict, very stubborn, you cannot live. So, how do Vinayaka stay longer? Because he is flexible. Because first part, when you see Vinayaka, what you will see is a big trunk which is flexible. So, what is the best quality you should have? I should have. Suppose I want to run a big program. I want to run an institution. I want to be in an office. I want to be a good student. What is the first quality? Be flexible. That is what Vinayaka's prayer starts. Have you ever seen Vinayaka's prayer explaining like this? Vakratunda Mahakaya. You can repeat internally, or if you want, you can unmute and then repeat also. If there is too much disturbance, don't do that. You decide whether you are perfect or not. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Repeat at least a few. Then only the tempo will come. Now don't just repeat the word with meaning understanding. Vakra means flexible. Tunda means trunk. So Vakratunda, now you are seeing it. Unlike earlier you were hearing. Now you are seeing, visualizing. Most important in learning is visualization. Vakratunda. Kayam means body. Mahakayam. That's what I told, it's a big belly. The body is very big. Why body is very big? Because he is fond of eating. Uncontrollable eating. And uncontrollable eating people will have always tummy problem, stomach problem. Snake represents disease. So Ganesha's snake is tied at the belly. Have you seen this Ganesha's picture? That is because every problem, every disease, every illness, every sickness starts from tummy. Because snake represents disease, Vinayaka's tummy is tied with the snake. It shows beautiful. So Mahakayam is not a good character, but you must have ability to absorb everything. Don't take it as physical eating. Big ear shows you must be able to take everything. Small eyes. Why small eye? Assume you want to see something. Assume you go to a temple and there is a dark room inside, that small statue is there. You will not be able to see. Immediately what you will do? You will hold it like this and see. If you want to see something closer, physics principle says the field of view is more, focus will become less. Field of view is less, sharpness will improve. Very simple. So, eyes are very small. So each part by part, Ganesha represents in a work you have to be focused. If you want to be headmistress or principal, listen to everybody, big ears, but look close. And trunk is one instrument for a small needle. You know the story of elephant who can take a small needle, who can also take a big trunk, big wood. Big lorry also it can pull. Can you imagine a small needle also it can take, and also it can take big log. Only one instrument in the world. Otherwise, for everyone who want a tool, they will have to have different tools for different objects. But here one tool for everything. What a great instrument. So Vakratunda, when you listen to this, all these ideas should come. And what is your ability? I want to be like this. With every activity, I must be very good. And I must have a big kayam, big body. Right? But that should not be taking me to disease. So, tie. Stop absorbing too much. Overload of information, overload of food is a big problem. So, that is also shown. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda. You must all learn. Maybe in between I will ask somebody to unmute and then chant. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Then what is the next line? Anybody knows? I am sure most of you know. Yeah. What is the next line?
Surya Samaprabha.
Surya Kodi. Surya itself is giving light. Kodi Surya means crores of Suryas. Not one. Millions of sun giving floodlight. And you know what is sun represents in the management system? No caste, no creed, no religion, no geographic place, everywhere, every time, punctually, equally, it gives light. That is why all the kings like Rama, Krishna, everybody belongs to Surya Vamsha. Indiscriminative management. That's called indiscriminative management. No partiality. Without partial, he will do support to everybody. Surya Kodi. And that ability is millions. So if you want to do something, don't do it for some people. Do it for everybody. You must be liberal. That's what it shows. You must be liberal. Surya Kodi Sama Prabha. Samam, equal. Prabha, light. Actually, it is not starting from one place and then joining to one place. It is going spread everywhere. Surya Kodi Sama Prabha. Prabha is light, brightness, illumination. Surya Kodi equal to millions, crores. Kodi is only a Indian word. When you want to go westernized, you have to say that it is millions. Surya Kodi Sama Prabha. Nirvignam. Vignam is obstacle. Nirvignam, negative of obstacle. Du is always minus. A is always minus. Nir is always minus, negative. Nirvignam. Vignam is obstacle. Nirvignam is without obstacle. Kurume Deva. Hey Bhagavan, Deva. Who is that Deva? Depends on which Deva you want to call. Kurume Deva. Make me to work. Make me to be in action. Kuru is the person who is in action. That's why Kuru Vamsha, always in action. All the Mahabharata is because of Kuru Vamsha, which you can take actions. Kurume Deva, allow me to work. In which? Where? Everywhere. Not in one place. And in which activity? Every activity. So next line says, Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Every action, everywhere. Because I am starting today, now, we don't know. Not one lesson, many lessons. Every action which I do, everywhere what I do, let me have success. What a great sloka is this. Is it not to be understood like this? So when you chant, don't become tape recorder. Don't become a recorder. Don't become a recording and then reproducing. No. Understand the meaning. Otherwise, we are not a human being. We are machines. This is how it is to be learned. Only once you have to learn. Then you keep understanding it more and more. You learn once probably from me. But then I cannot make you to understand. Understanding is in your hand. So how do you understand? Keep on interpreting. You have to make reflections. Is it like this? Is it like this? Start thinking. Is it correct? What he said, is it correct? Ask somebody else. Somebody else will add something. Probably in my life I never explained this sloka like this in my life. But how did I get this ability? That is where we get. I have seen people explaining like this. My gurus were great. So I must also look at my gurus. Right? But all the gurus, everyone equally will go to Ganesha. Ganesha, there are hundreds of slokas. You can choose whatever you want. There is a beautiful slokas are there. I have a book, Nitya Sloka. This is printed in English because people all over the globe may not be able to read Devanagari. Mother tongue also people will not be able to. Therefore, to get a guidance, I wrote this. I don't think Vakratunda Mahakaya is given for Ganesha in this book. I gave something else. Okay. So, this is not anything new. It is only index is given. Yeah, I think I have done. Yeah. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Right? That's the first one. So, Vakratunda Mahakaya. Everybody can unmute, listen once, because anyway I am recording it. It will be nice. Let there be disturbance, no problem. Like in a market when we go, even if disturbance is there, we will not listen to disturbance. We will still know how to listen to somebody who is close to me, right? So never disturbance is a problem. If you want to listen, disturbance is not a problem. Yeah. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha Surya Kodi Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadam Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Now you are able to understand word by word meaning, right? Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadam. See, we have done half an hour, one sloka. Right? Now next, but you must learn. Actually, no repetition by me. It's you to repeat. You want to listen how I chanted? Probably yes. In one of the seminar, I did a prayer song. I can send you that link. Another one during my book release, beautifully in Delhi. One of my student, my daughter girl, now she is an employee, senior employee. That time she was doing MBA. She sang this so beautiful. There may be many people. I am sure Yeshudas will sing better, or maybe great singers will sing. But you always like who is closer to you, right? So she sang it very nicely. I can send you the links in the group. The idea for asking people to make groups, cluster, whatever I refer here, I can post it in the group. Otherwise, I'll have to post it to many people. So many questions for somebody. Why should I make a cluster group? There are 4 or 5 groups now joining. It's easy for me to post in 4 places. Otherwise, I'll have to post 20 places, right? That's only advantage. And I don't want everybody to get mixed. If you don't want, you may not join. Maybe some people will require a different time. There is some other group who said they want a different time. I said, okay, we will plan different time. So maybe another class may be there for different people at different time. We will continue as long as we can. I was blessed to have great gurus. When I do something, I must also remember my gurus. So who taught me most of the things? Many people would have taught. My mother would have taught. My mother taught me most of the things. Most of the great philosophies are from my mother. Right? Many brothers, neighbors, sisters. Maybe I had a blacksmith in my family who was supporting blacksmith was in our village. There was a blacksmith. He also taught me slokas. Ramayana slokas and all. I used to go and sit beside him, he used to. Only thing when he drinks totally, then he will become a good lecturer. Otherwise, he will listen to me. So, there are a lot of learning. I remember in Delhi, I had a good drunkard. I used to make him to stay in my house because he knows many things. That's the only method to give him drinks money, then he will tell me a lot of things. Right? So he was my assistant, he was my writer sometime. So there are a lot of gurus. But traditional Veda Parampara, if you look at, I have got two great masters. One is my meditation master, Swami Rama. Swami Rama is a Himalayan tradition master. If you have not seen the book, read the book Living with the Himalayan Masters. He was Shankaracharya once upon a time. But he left Shankaracharya Pidham and then became a meditation master. So I belong to the Himalayan tradition of meditation. But I have not taught anybody because I have not seen a single person who is eligible to learn. We should not teach like people are teaching today meditation, pay money and then come and I will teach you. No. It should never be taught. We have to identify somebody is qualified, then only teach. That's how Guru Parampara says. Today is all biscuit factory, biscuit is sold, like that spirituality is sold, meditation is sold, mantra is told. No, that should not be done. So meditation is something which you have to attain. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. 8 steps are there. The first step was reached by only one step and he became world famous. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi did not reach 8 steps. He never learned the meditation. He went only first step. So even grade 1, if you study perfectly well, you can become great scholar. Example is Mahatma Gandhi. What did he learn? Non-violence. What was Mahatma Gandhi's principle? Non-violence. Yama is the first step of Ashtanga Yoga. And first step is Yama. Yama means non-violence. So you can imagine. So Yama, Niyama. Niyama is discipline. Right? That everybody should have. Not somebody possess discipline. I must make my discipline. That's it. Yama, Niyama, Asana. That Yogasana is what is Asana today. And everybody only speaks about that is yoga. If somebody says, I will teach you yoga, come and sit in cross. That means he only learned one step and then he thinks that is it. It's like a frog in the well. That is not. It's only one step. That's not a must also. Yogasana is Sukhasana. Whichever is your convenient, that can be your asana. Need not to be like a monkey's job is not to be done. So you must read my Yoga Dr. TPS. There is a beautiful YouTube in which says yoga is not a monkey's job. That's the heading which I give. Right? So you need to have a lot of courage to speak like this. Because we learn from the root. We know what is correct. Some people do it, it is good because they are marketing. That is for their Uttar Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh has to satisfy. Correct? They have to make their living. That's it. So, we have a Guru Parampara who taught like this. So, my Guru is one meditation master, Himalaya. You must know, otherwise there is no point me chanting without telling you. Because you should also know who is this buffalo who is teaching you. Where is he coming from? That is the Guru Parampara. Correct? And I learned my Vedic study from Brahmashri KPC Anujan Patadripad, who learned all the Rigveda from age 3 to age 7. Finished learning. Nursery to grade 2. That's it. He finished the whole Vedas. Because the whole Veda essence is called Rigveda. You have to read only Rigveda. That's good enough. It's like you know how to drive a Maruti vehicle. You can also drive Honda. So if you know Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda is simple. Because Rigveda is the text. Yajurveda is little more explained practical book. You have a theory book and a practical book. If you know theory, you know practical. So Rigveda is the theory book. Practical book is Yajurveda. And what is Samaveda? Add music to that. That's why you hear a lot of Samaveda Shastrigal. You will not hear Rigveda Shastri and Yajurveda Shastri because they do not sing. So there is a Nagara Pradikshana, marketing. So there is a factory in which how to produce is explained by Rigveda. The factory is run by Yajurveda people. They do practical. And marketing is done by, selling is done by Samaveda Shastrigal. I'll tell you, nobody will tell you Vedas like this. It's a different style I am saying. Because I am a practical man. I am a practical teacher. So I can tell you what is you understand. And this is the way I explain. That's why young people will like to listen to me. Okay. So my guru explained me all this and he was a Rigveda expert. So when I say all these, whom should I remember? I should remember my gurus. That's why we keep saying we have a lot of gurus. But he never taught me like this. I made my creativity. I told you I am teaching you like this, but you must understand. Who is understanding? You are understanding. How are you understanding? Because inside you, there is a creativity. You can create knowledge. You listen something, you start creating knowledge. All of us are creative in our own style. The other day in Kairali school, I saw the beautiful Bomma program. Right? That's your creativity. Everybody can do that. But when I do that, I may do it differently. Because I am a digital man. I may not make drawings or print it. I will make it digitally. Graphic design is what I like. So, everybody has got. So, who is that giving you this creativity? Each one of us have. Suppose I want to throw. Somebody is doing a mischief there. I want to throw. What do? Whatever is in front of me, I will use it to throw. That may be my mobile phone sometimes. Right? That's my creativity. Correct? Is it mobile used for throwing? Don't ask this. At that point, that is my thought. So who creates thought? There is somebody inside my Hridayam who creates thought. Where does it come from? It comes from Hridayam. Hridayam is there for everyone. We don't know how Hridayam will react. The expression of Hridayam is what we generally call as Manas. Mind. English translation is wrong sometimes, but we have to accept it is Manas. But then soon after throwing or taking it for throwing, I remember, oh, this is mobile phone. I should not throw. Who will tell me this? My Buddhi will tell. So, there is a Buddhi and Manas. Both has to work together. There is a coordination required. This you should have only when you grow to higher and higher level. That is what the essence of Bhagavad Gita. But knowing this also, we do some mischief sometimes. So what should I do? There are experienced people who says, I must remember them before making some start so that I don't do mistakes. It is not that there should not be obstacle. Vignesha takes care of no obstacle. But without mistake, if I have to go, who should help me? It is my gurus. So, my creativity should not become a problem for me. Sometimes creativity is a big problem. Lot of people are there. I am sure elderly people, you think yourself, I wanted to become something different, but I have not become that in my life. Everybody is unhappy because of that only. If you don't have creativity, you don't want to become anything, whatever you become, you will be happy. But because you want to become happy, you did not become, you become unhappy. Right? So, there is somebody inside you who makes this to happen. He is called Brahma, the god of creativity. Who is his wife? Brahma's wife is Saraswati. Suppose you want to become what you want, you have to be creative, which is practical. What you should have is knowledge. Saraswati has to feed here data. Perfect data should be here. Screened data, filtered data, useful data. So, Brahma has to be there and he has to act as a guru. Guru is somebody who leads me to the right path, correct? So, it's not Brahma alone. The Brahma who will act as a guru with a torchlight, showing me the light. And then, oh, I know the path. This is how I should do it. But there are a lot of people, I know how to do it, but he will never do anything. I know, oh, this is a good activity, well done. You send a message immediately, ding. That's it. They will not do anything. Right? They know what to be done, but they will not do it. What is the purpose? I know how to make a nice chutney, but I will not make. What is the purpose of knowing if you don't do it? Correct? So, who is the action god? Action god is Vishnu. Always action. Why am I not doing? Yeah, I know how to make a good model. But then I need to purchase paper, I need to purchase gum, I need to mustard. So many things I have to purchase. For which what you require? Dhanam. Who is Dhanam? Lakshmi. That's why Vishnu's wife is Lakshmi. Brahma creativity, wife is Saraswati. Action god Vishnu, wife is Lakshmi. Suppose if I do and it becomes a good project, successful, don't you think I will get peaceful sleep? I am the happiest person. Who gets peaceful sleep? Happy people. Why are you not getting sleep sometime? Because I did not do anything today. My day was waste. Correct? So, who gives you deep sleep? That is meditation. Deepest sleep with no thoughts, no sopnam, no jagrat, sushupti is what is called a meditation. Practical meditation is that. Who is the god of that? Shiva. When you can get it? Only when you have Shakti. If anybody has got a disease, immediately doctor will ask, how is your sleep? Yeah, perfect. That means half of your disease is solved. It is not a big problem. So the disease is dis-ease. You must all listen to one of my video called disease and illness. There is a small video. All the words when I am saying see my video, immediately write down, Google and then post in your group so that I know you also looked at it. Otherwise I can post. If you don't get, you tell me. I will post it. Disease and illness is different. I don't have to explain it here. Many people are diseased. Ease means I am peaceful. You are at ease. Disease means I am not in ease. Why people are not in ease? Because they are not in sleep. They don't get good sleep. They don't meditate. They have a lot of problems. How do you solve this? You should have good creativity, nice knowledge, good action, lot of money. Lot of money? Yeah. For what purpose you want? For that money is lot of money. How much you want? That much is lot of money for you. For a servant maid, buying a mixie is a big project. For a house owner, buying Land Cruiser is a big problem. That is his best priority. So everyone has got their priority. So what is your priority for which that satisfaction is called a lot of money? That's it. I am very rich. I got a lot of money. Because my requirements are less. If you have more requirement and you don't have money, then you are a poor fellow. If you have less requirement and for that you need money, very good. I remember going to Calcutta long years back. I was staying in one of the best star hotel. The chai was costing 250, plus tax, etc. It was 320 rupees or something. But then they will give you in different cups, you have to mix it and drink. So one of my friend came. So he told, he was in Calcutta for 30 years. My nephew, we were classmates. So we are meeting after 30 years. He said, not this, I will get you real tea. We went outside and 70 paise we drank tea. That was much better than this. So I know the value of money, I know the waste of money also, both I know. So satisfaction is entirely different, right? So you need to be creative, you need to get educated. If that knowledge is not there, my creativity is useless. If I don't have money, I want to do something, it doesn't work. Only thing, otherwise I need to know somebody who has money who will make it happen. That's also possible, right? So who taught me all this? To that Guru Parampara, I must do my pranams. Who gives me that ability, the result of my action, I must say salute to them. So Guru Parampara, Guru Pranams, is part of masters, saluting the masters. There is no religion here. There is no, it is not for Hindus alone, for everyone it is same. Right? Because if you know that, okay, your master is Aristotle, okay, pray for him, no problem. He made you creative, pray for him, no problem. That's up to you. So, Gurur Brahma, you can repeat. Gurur Brahma. Guru is the creative person. Because Guru is not one who gives you knowledge. He makes you creative. Not what question is given, answer is given, repeat it and write exam, getting mark. They are not gurus. They are not gurus. Gurus are only who makes you creative. Gurur Brahma. Gurur Vishnu. Gurur Devo Maheshwara. So Maheshwara, Shiva. So first Guru, Gurur Brahma. Second Gurur Vishnu. Third Gurur Devo Maheshwara. So when we say this, don't just consider them. See them as a family. Brahma means Saraswati is there. Vishnu means Lakshmi is there. And Shiva means Shakti, Parvati is also there. So Gurur Brahma, don't see them alone, see as a family. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara. And who are they? Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Actually, they are the Param Brahma, the ultimate creative person. Without them, nothing is there. That's the ultimate creative. Param Brahma. Guru Sakshat. Absolute. Clear. No doubt. Param Brahma. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I salute you, that Guru. And what is that Guru will do? The Guru will give me a clear vision. I am explaining the slokas clearly. So when earlier you know the slokas. Now you know the slokas more clear. So what is the master's job? Master's job is to make things clear. What is the disease when you don't see things clearly? When you have an eye problem, things are not seeing clearly, that problem is called a cataract. So there is a sloka on Guru based on cataract. Cataract in Sanskrit is called Timiram. What is it called? Timiram. Timiram is a normal Indian language. Cataract is called Timiram. So what is Atnanam? Not having knowledge, no clear idea is like Timiram. Atnana Timirandasya. Atnanam Timiram is equal. Atnana Timirandasya. Atnana Timirandasya. Jnananjana Shalagaya. Shalagaya means kajal. So what is kajal? That gives you a clear vision for which you have to apply. What you have to apply? Kajal you have to apply. So when this sloka was written, actually for cataract there was a kajal. No surgery. Atnana Timirandasya. Jnananjana Shalakaya. Where you have to apply? Chakshu. Chakshu is eyes. Are you not learning Sanskrit words? Not hearing. Understanding. Not listening. Understanding. Chakshurunmilitam yena. That you apply in your eyes. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. That person who applies in my eyes that kajal, to that person who is the Guru, namaskaram to him. So who is a Guru? He is a doctor. He is your mother who gives kajal to your eyes. But not normal kajal. The kajal is called Gnanam.
Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Shri Gurave Namaha.
Ajnanatimidandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilidam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. And you can also see some people, they will start from the Guru Parampara. What is Guru Parampara? Sada Shiva Samarambha, starting from Shiva. Sada Shiva Samarambha, starting from Shiva. Shankaracharya Madhyama. Shankaracharya is in the middle. Tasmat Acharya Paryantam. After that, Tasmat means after that. Acharya, my Acharya. Who is my Guru? Brahmasri K.P.C. Anajan Patadripad, Swami Vedabharati, Swami Rama. I remember all of them. Tasmat Acharya Paryantam. So who is your Guru? You must decide. Oh, I remember him because he taught me this. So when it is not chanting just by tongue, it is coming from your manas. The lip has to chant. The tongue need not move. When you have to speak louder, only tongue has to move. Otherwise, murmuring is good enough. But Vaja Stuti, Vak word should become Stuti. Hridit Dhyanam. Dhyanam should come from the Hridayam. Dhyanam is not there, chanting is useless. Vaja Stuti, Hridit Dhyanam. That is how slokas have to be chanted. So when we hear some prayer in some places and all, we feel, what is these people doing here? Go to some temple, they chant some slokas. What is this fellow doing? That is why sometimes going to temple is actually very difficult for me. Because I feel like telling stop. Repeat it again. Om Burbhuvasvadvasvahat. Nuna ekkadandi. Teliyadu. So in between you start talking to something else to somebody. Kada. That shouldn't happen. When we see this dilution, we feel upset. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimidandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilidam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sada Shiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama. Then Asmat Acharya Paryantam. Sada Shiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Smataacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. Right? Then what we learn today is Ganesha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Very simple. Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. No doubt also. Correct. Nirvignam. Without any trouble. Kurume Deva. Hey God, you must help me. In what he should help? Sarvakaryeshu. When? Sarvada. Always. Got it? So what is Sanskrit for always? Sarvada. What is Sanskrit for all work? Sarvakaryeshu.
Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
Understood? So if you know slokas, you will learn lot of words. Only if you analyze it and understand. So you can chant yourself and see if you have some doubts, you could ask me. So what you should do is, just because I asked you should add 10 people, don't add 10 people. Just because I did not ask you, need not tell anybody else. That character also should not be there. Because this is something which we want to make many people to learn, not just children. Parents. There may be elderly people who knows, but they may also learn little bit extra information. And assume somebody else is able to tell much more than what I am saying. I am also ready. He can speak, we will listen to him. How do we know? Only when we have to tell many people that this is happening like this, join. So make people to join as many as you can. Create a small group so that communication goes there. Got it? Mostly the same link will work. But in case if it need to be changed, probably we will change after some time. Otherwise, same link again tomorrow also, 2 to 3. Somebody asked, how long it will continue? A lot of questions will come now. When I am sending to 100 people, 100 questions will come, different questions. We have not even started. Why are you thinking about when is it going to end? Ante kada. One day is good enough? Good enough. Good enough. But how many people made groups and joined, you want to know? Almost 100 people are there who made groups and joined. So how do I know who joined today? Send one WhatsApp message. So we want 3-4 generations to learn. Young children, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 also. Good. So pranams to each one of you. Namaskaram to all of you. Unless you have questions, if you have questions or something to say, I will be glad.
Pranam.
Good? Enjoyed?
Yes.
Was it different? Good?
Yes, sir.
Ganesha Slokam was explained very well, sir.
I
So
took
that we can explain to the children also.
half an hour, so I thought I should not. Otherwise, each slokas. You want some interpretations on slokas? Type that sloka and then look. Some of them I have written articles, pages by pages, for some magazines long back. So some I posted into my blog. Or not all of them are there. I must have written hundreds of interpretations on 100 slokas. But some of them are available with me. Some prints are not there. So whatever is there with me, I post it in one rare slokas. I think that's a blog name. So there are some interpretations on slokas. Many of the slokas which are there, you can all use this, download this and then use it and then search for your mother tongue, whatever script you want, you can search. Right? The PDF is available. All my books and PDF is available on my website. Anytime, send a message. I will be responding fast. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We have people from Kottayam. Actually, we started this because from Kanjirapalli, one of my person who saw one article of mine in paper, his children, he is there now, Anna Jofi. He was telling he wanted to learn some slokas. And yesterday I was in Kairali. I thought this is the right time to start. Okay. So some slokas. We will take a lot of Subhashitams one by one. Subhashitams are mostly motivational, leadership qualities, communication skill. So many I posted already in mine. You could also look at and then say, oh, I want to learn this. I can pick up that and then do that. So you could also select and tell me what you want to learn. If I have already done that, it becomes easier. Otherwise, send me the text, because some of the text is required so that I don't make mistakes as much as I can. There are a lot of different texts in which different versions are there. God bless you. Enjoy. See you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Pranams to you.
Thank you, sir. Pranam, Hari Om.